I didn't have 39. But the biggest thing when I actually turned 40 was I always heard that was like the midlife crisis age.
Right.
Like I'm supposed to go out and buy the Harley Davidson. I'm supposed to go buy the Corvette. But at the end of the day, man, I still felt good, and I didn't feel like it was a midlife crisis, so I just kept it moving.
So we got somebody next to me who is close to 40. Marcus?
Close.
Yeah, I'm about to be
Close.
Oh, you got a ways, right?
Yeah,
I mean, tell everybody how far.
I got like 3 more years left.
Oh, so
I got
as
3
you
more years
approach 40, what's going through your mind?
So as I approach 40, I actually think about time a lot differently. Things are definitely more valuable. Time with family, time with friends. So like my biological grandfather, he passed away from a heart attack when he was 42. So I actually think about that every year. I'm like, that's 3 more, from now, that's 5 more years. So I'm like, I got to do what I can to get past that. Make sure my health is in order, physical, mental, emotional, all that great stuff. So that's what I think about as I get closer.
So in this podcast, this is some of the things that we actually going to be discussing. Real life conversations, real life issues, and be a platform for men to be able to talk and speak. All right, y'all have a good one. Peace out. Thank you for being in the audience. Thank you, my man. Enjoy yourself. Be safe out there, all right? Be safe. But we got a live audience, y'all. But that's the type of stuff we're going to be talking about in our podcast. So next up, hey, what did you ask yourself as you approach 40? Because you got that late birthday.
Yeah, I got a late birthday, man. I'm a Capricorn, so I was always
Capricorn team Cap.
The youngest, in '83. So I didn't ask myself anything, man. You know what I'm saying? I actually enjoyed it like every other birthday. Pop bottles. And I would say the things that I thought about. The things that I thought about, I was really grateful, for the experience, leading up into that birthday. I kind of looked into my rear view and seeing all of the different experiences and people that I actually met, and I was grateful for it, man. That was what, and I actually brought it in, bringing, celebrating with family and friends.
Right.
So that really topped it off for me versus like, I guess what everybody else would be thinking about what 40 would do to you. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So yeah, that's me, man.
Hands down.
And all right, Gibby. I know you got Gibby takes notes. And he has
Well, I wasn't. Well, anyway. For myself, when I turned 40, I just wanted to come at it in a different way than I did my 30s. So I looked at the new decade being like a clean slate for myself and learning from some of my mishaps in my 30s that I didn't want to bring over to my 40s. So for me, it was more of trying to be a little more wise than I was in my 30s.
Okay. All right. So look, y'all, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna get into some serious discussion, but we're about to get into something we're gonna transition a little bit. I hope y'all ready for this. Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. Hey, hold on. We got Papa Soda just came in. What's up, Sojo? All right. That's my roommate, best friend. Man of all things.
Is
Trying
he
to go to
42?
the
Is he 42?
Sojo 50, really, man. He can lie about his age. Sojo was the oldest dude on the team. Y'all ready to get with it? Y'all want to do it? Y'all want to do it?
Hey, just shout out to the folks on YouTube. I know we're trying to get the video. I know y'all can hear us, but we're working on it. Just keep listening in.
We're gonna get it done. We're gonna work on this. It's our first time. All right. So here comes the transition. Y'all ladies ready? All right. So we're gonna get to numerous topics tonight. First topic we're gonna start off on. Y'all ready for this? Submission. Ooh. Submission.
No.
We're gonna get into submission.
Not that reaction. Come on.
We're gonna get into submission.
I didn't even say nothing
So
wrong yet.
Marcus, do you want to give us a couple of definitions of submission that you found, and then we're gonna work our way down the line? And what is submission to us?
Submissive.
Submissive, excuse me, yeah.
Ready to conform to the authority or will of others. Unresistingly or humbly obedient.
Ooh.
Can you say obedient?
Say
again?
obedience.
I'm gonna say the whole phrase again. I'm gonna say the whole phrase again. Unresistingly or humbly obedient.
Okay. Now, that was God's words, or
That's Webster.
oh, that's Webster. Okay, that's Webster. All right. I think you got something that somebody wrote on Instagram who was a female. You want to read that one? Oh, he's reading. What you reading?
So
YouTube
there was a TikTok that I saw.
Oh, TikTok. There you go.
The other day. It was a podcast. It was a panel of men and women, and they were talking about women being submissive in marriage. This woman who was not married, also not engaged, also not dating. She says, when she gets married, I will be submissive, but I won't be a follower.
Ooh, that's deep. Now let me add the
That's
little.
confusing.
Let me add the little subtitles or little disclaimers at the bottom. All of us up here are married. All right, so we ain't gonna get in trouble tonight, are we? All right.
I don't know.
I don't know. You knew me
Well,
with.
James, your wife is front and center.
All right, so I guess for me, submission is not the actual dictionary term. I would say submission is actually being open, being able to be vulnerable. That's what I would call submission. But it has to go both ways. Somebody argue me about it.
The way I look at submission, being submissive, is allowing the man to lead, not being combative. If you're in a marriage, I'm pretty sure you should already trust your man to be that head of the household, to lead your family, to lead your household. They're obedient, but just being open-minded, being able to trust your mate. That's the way I look at the submissive.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think submission has to be earned?
That's earned way before marriage.
Hands down.
Way before marriage.
Go ahead, Mouse. You want to explain?
I mean, for me, submission, I think it goes, in both ways. You have to be submissive on both sides, the husband and wife. And that means as far as there's going to be a point where you're going to have to pick one another up. There might be some hard times. There might be some difficulties that you both might go through, but it's a team effort. So that's how I look at it.
So, because submission, is it only a marriage thing? Do you agree? Or could somebody actually be in a relationship, long-term relationship, and still show submission to each other? Let's get some audience participation out here because Chi is shaking her head. That's Mouse's wife. That's Mouse's wife. Go ahead. What do you got to say about it? What you got to say?
Did it come up or how does it work?
Yeah, come on up here. We're gonna tell everybody.
Yes.
No, we got you. It'll pick you up. Go ahead. Yeah.
I agree basically to what you all said, but I think a lot of I saw that post. A lot of men think that women are right to submit, but what they don't understand is we only submit to leaders. If there's no leadership, we're not who we submit to.
There you go.
So yes, leadership. Let's put leadership.
Right there now. Understood. Hold on. I got a
I
plug.
made it quick for you.
There we go. There we go. I got a button for that.
Got a button.
Hold on, we got one more in the audience. I want to hear from.
Who's that?
Freshly newly married.
Oh, damn. Hold on. We got a button for that.
That's bullshit, right?
My wife, Jackie Henson. What you got?
I definitely think submission has to be earned.
Yeah.
I'm not going to submit to a man that I don't feel like I can trust or that can't make good decisions. So I think I have to observe and be able to trust that he will make the best decisions for our household, or I'm willing to submit.
But is submission always giving something up? Can submission be something else other than that? Because I think when people hear the word submission, they think of, oh, I got to bow down. I got to let you know. Can it be something else other than that? What do y'all think?
I mean, in my opinion, with the word submission, I do think of what you're saying with like the bow down piece. And I just, in my opinion, I feel like within this day and age, it's not like it was back in the day where the man worked and the woman stayed home and cleaned house and everything.
Right.
Now in today's society, we have women who are in the household working, taking care of the house, and also sometimes making more money than the man. So when you use that word submission, I feel like it got to be kind of redefined, because at the end of the day, it can't be just a gender role.
So do
in
you
my
think
opinion.
generationally it has changed?
Oh, hands down.
Yeah.
Okay. Ma, you want to comment? Part of that other generation. We got a Gen Xer.
It's kind of hard to say because you gotta first respect each other.
Right.
So that comes in time. Like you said, sometimes before, sometimes after. You can't lose it. You try to gain it back.
Wow.
It's a whole lot of growth.
A lot of nuggets being dropped right there.
Yes.
A lot of nuggets. Dave, what you think, man? What's your thought on submission?
I think submission is subjective, right? To everybody, every couple, if we want to discuss it within that realm of relationship, where you can submit to things within yourself, like we all submit to a higher power, right?
Right.
So I think that we all are submissive in a sense, but as far as if we want to frame it as far as marriage or relationship wise, I would say that you have to play off of what makes sense. What are you submitting to?
Okay.
And it embodies what everybody's actually talking about, really. Like, it's not necessarily a gender role, which we actually grew up believing that, the woman is supposed to submit to the man. A lot of things that I actually experienced, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't always right, man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't always right. And I'm just sitting here like, standing on my soapbox, beating my chest, like, hey, look, man, you're supposed to listen to what I just told you, right? But I had to think about it in hindsight, like, man, I was tripping. For whatever reason at that time, you know what I'm saying? But you have to understand that you actually get married, to become whole.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is, like you can't see and whatever you can't hear, your partner's supposed to have that.
So go ahead.
Yeah, so you're supposed to, if she's strong in that sense right there, then you submit to that. And vice versa, it goes the other way.
So you mentioned something, David. Okay. And this is going to go into our next topic.
Okay.
And it's kind of it kind of goes together. So do you think, and we've discussed this before, all of us, about nowadays people are moving away from marriage? Why do you think people are moving away from marriage? Why do you think people don't want to get married anymore? Why do you think this generation that's coming up don't want to get married or don't believe in marriage?
Because they feel like they can do it themselves 100%. But I always think about what Chris Rock said in one of his comedy acts. It's kind of hard to move a couch with one person.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Wow.
My answer would be, it's the after effects of the divorce. It's so easy to get a divorce now. Then once you do it, your life is pretty much torn apart. You're paying alimony, you're paying child support, you're fighting over the kids, who has custody of the kids. And then, that just affects you your whole the rest of your life.
Wow. So let me ask the audience out there. Raise your hand if you're single. Let me see all my single people out here. All right, Steve, I see you. Come on, raise your hand. Let's get some audience participation. Raise your hand if you're single. My man, they got the Batman shirt. All right, you single? He's like, I ain't single. You calling me out? I know. He said, I ain't single. All right, so all my single folks, anybody who just walked in, y'all single?
No, I'm not.
All right. Go get me. All right, so we want. Oh, there. All right, Kevin. Everybody, shout out for Kevin. Kevin just walked in here. All right, so honest answers from all my single folks. Do you eventually want to get married? Everybody, and why? Everybody don't answer at
I'm
once.
saying a hard no.
I see
I want
people
to hear from
shaking
this
their
young
head.
lady. Right
Yeah, I want to hear from
I
this young
wanna-
lady
I wanna
right
see-
here.
I want to hear from the hard no.
Come on, speak up. What's your name, first of all? Elaine. You're single, right?
Yeah.
Now, you live in the DMV?
I live in Maryland.
Maryland? All right, so basically we've heard living in Maryland, DC, that this is a hard place for single women, right?
I would say so, but I mean, I've come across some really amazing men. And I feel like at 42 though, I've been alone so long. I've been alone so long that I feel like I've worked on myself so hard that it's hard to turn back and like try to lean on somebody else. But also, I feel like as women, we've been groomed to think that you have to be married and you're not worth anything until you get married. And
Ooh,
I
that's
don't
a
feel
tough-
like that anymore. Like I want companionship, I want partnership, but the actual title of marriage, I don't know if it's necessary.
So do you think that's the thought, the prevailing thought now?
I don't know if it's like that for most women, but that's my personal
Okay.
journey.
Wow, no. Okay, that's all I know. All right. Can we have that group in the back? Anybody want to answer? No? Yes?
I'll answer.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So I'm not near 40, I'm near 50.
It's all right.
Hey.
So I've been single a long time, married, divorced, blah, blah, blah. I cheated on me, blah, 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 all this law, I never needed therapy, medication, all that shit got me all together a little bit. But if I were to meet someone, sure, I'd get married, but I don't have to. Like
Okay.
I've had blessing and the curse to figure myself out and find out who I really am. You know,
Nice.
blessing and a curse. So sure, hell yeah, sugar daddy, rock it.
All right, we
I'm
just,
not gonna start a family. You know what I mean? I'm not looking.
you're not looking to start a family. We got notification that YouTube can't hear everybody, so we're gonna politely ask y'all to come up. You know, we gotta make this fun. You know, don't worry, you're not gonna be on camera because right now we're not showing video for some reason, so don't worry about it.
But I wanted to talk about the whole marriage piece. And for those who don't know, I was married previously for about 4.5 years. That was kind of, I got in relationships after that or what have you. But there's a lot of people out here that's just used to dating. Meaning you meet someone and you guys hang out for a couple of weeks, maybe kick it for a month or two, and then you on to the next. And the thing is they're just caught up in that cycle where it's like, okay, soon as something goes wrong or we have a disagreement or an argument, okay, we don't need to be together no more. It's like folks are just trained for that. And the whole point in marriage is, of course, you want to have those good times. But as you guys all know, married 10, 15 years, whatever,
14,
14 years,
going on 15.
that it is hard work. It's hard work. And, you know, this whole dating scene, and it's not just the DMV, it's all over the, United States.
So do you think they don't want to put in the work?
Man, I was out there for a while, and
It could get boring.
what was that? You say it can get boring?
I think people don't expect to work once you get in it.
Yeah.
Repeat that again, Marcus.
I don't think people expect to work once you get in it.
So you think people have this vision of marriage? You know, Hallmark cars. We get married. We're gonna be happy all the time.
I think people
Right.
see the envision and the picture of the wedding day, but that wedding day, the wedding's like what, an hour?
The wedding's for the people. They ain't for us.
The wedding's less than an hour.
The wedding's
Mark,
less than an hour.
depending on your vows and everything.
Right.
The actual
So
ceremony
the wedding's
is less than an hour.
The wedding's less than an hour. You go on your honeymoon right after,
You sweat out your suit like I'm hot.
as you should,
Right.
and then you get back, and then you're in that day to day, going to your work, 9 to 5, work from home, whatever.
That honeymoon period.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what killed a lot of people?
What?
COVID.
COVID. Yeah.
COVID. When
And
you
we-
were stuck in the house with your partner,
Right.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you had your kids in there, then you throw in virtual kindergarten, virtual elementary school,
Right.
middle school, whatever.
Yeah. Look, I see some people agreeing. COVID.
Oh, I
but they
see
said
a
COVID was
lot
a
of head
motherfucker.
shaking.
Right. He's like, goddamn right.
A
He's
lot
like, I
of
feel
head-
you, brother. Shit.
Yo,
I made it.
being in isolation with your partner taught a lot of people a lot of different
It
things. It did. And
I think everybody was on their own wilderness.
Yeah.
And it depended on your strength of your relationship of kind of how you kind of handled it, because you've seen a lot of folks just standing outside.
Because there's people.
Because they needed to.
Goddamn, Tim, standing outside with the umbrella and shit.
But hold up.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
so what if it was a different way, right? What if it was a way that people really didn't know how much they could actually handle until they actually had to handle it?
All right, you going philosophical.
Now I'm just saying though, like, you know what I'm saying? We all played ball or something. We all worked out, right? We worked out before. You know what I'm saying? We tried to go out here and we tried to flex or something. Like, all right, man, go ahead and put the 3 bills on there on the bench, right? You want to try to press, you know damn well you ain't worked out in a minute. Right? You know damn well you ain't did that shit. You ain't worked out in a minute, but you want to try to put the 3 bills on there because you probably did it once before, right? At some point in time, and then you know that load was a little bit too much this time. Like, you know, so like, damn, I ain't stretched. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't stretched?
Yeah. I didn't stretch. You know what I'm saying? I haven't worked out before to work up to that.
But you don't
load.
know what marriage is until you get married.
Exactly. But see,
Like, you
that's
can
what
hear
I'm
from
saying.
everybody, but you're not gonna know. Like, I always say this, and Val, I love you, but you don't really know marriage until you're ready to kill your spouse. Not literally, but it's like when y'all, that's what you know.
Yo,
You agree? You don't know it until
Hey,
you're ready to
James,
kill your wife.
There's
But that's
something
what I'm
about that.
saying.
There's something about that first argument where you can't go nowhere.
Yeah,
There's something about that.
yeah.
Well,
You can't go back to your own place.
Yeah, you can't go nowhere. Ain't
Can't
nowhere
go
for you to
nowhere.
go.
You can go down the basement stuff, Marcus.
Right.
I believe that, man. You can always go somewhere. You know, you can.
I tell you, this ain't kicking me out
The
the bed.
question is, do you
and
want to
that's how
go
I did.
there?
Yeah.
The question is really, do you want? You can always go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really want to go there? But now, back to what I'm saying though. You said it did. You didn't know marriage until you got into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing. What I'm saying. I didn't know I couldn't press them damn weights, man. You know what I'm saying? Until I got up under there and found out I couldn't press it, right?
True indeed.
Yeah, so from that point, it was like, all right, man, yo, somebody come spot me, y'all come get this weight up off me.
So what are your
You know-
spots? Oh, hold on, we got a question, Val.
Hold on, Val. You gotta come up.
You gotta come up, babe.
So UT folks can hear you.
Sashay up here. That's my wife, y'all. She's beautiful. Y'all can't see.
Yes, so today when you talking about you using analogy of
Yeah.
pressing weights,
Yes.
you know, to got in it.
It's pressure.
It's pressure. But you had a goal to be able to bulk up, right?
This is true.
Right. And so you had that goal. And so I think in marriage also, yes, times are gonna get hard, but you had that goal. That work together as a team
Yes.
for a common goal.
Yes.
And so that's why you have to continue to keep lifting those weights, whatever that may look like, whether it be
She gonna spot you.
finances, whether it be mental health, all of that. So I think it's important, and I hear what you're saying, you're talking about you have to lift those weights, that's marriage.
What you're saying is 1,000, right? That's 1,000. So yeah, man. Let's do that.
Lift them up.
But no, so I'm talking about at that time, right? Like when we actually had the thought of marriage, like when we got into it, and it was okay. This is what it's going to be. Oh, this is what. Oh yeah, man. She got everything. She got everything. I'm married, and then certain situations happen. I'm talking about at that right at that point when that situation happens. If somebody asks you that question, hey, the situation that you in right now, hey, yo, if you was 3 years ago removed from this, you know what I'm saying, prior to getting in it, would you marry this situation?
Most people gonna say no.
See,
Right.
exactly. So
Hands
right
down,
now,
no.
now go back to what Val is saying, right? Building up the muscle, right? So, all right, I'm gonna go back to my analogy. I like analogies. I'm a parallel type of person, right?
Drive us down the
Yeah,
street.
Yeah. Let me spin y'all down the block. So if I can't lift that weight at that time, I'm going to sit there. I'm gonna dump the place if I don't have a spot, right? Because I'm actually hoping that she's gonna be my spot. Yeah, you ain't my spot. All right, cool. I'm gonna dump the place and I'm gonna still push the weight, right? But eventually, I'm not gonna quit. You know what I'm saying? If I know,
So I got something to that point. Go ahead.
okay, go ahead.
That spot, what could be considered as that spot? I'm thinking when you say that, it could be counseling,
Yes,
it could be a pastor,
yes.
it could be maybe a close sister or something. What's your definition?
What
of
is
a
your spot?
Okay, so my definition of spot could be that person, right? But the person who actually could have possibly caused the situation, or I'm not gonna say caused it, right? Let's just say brought the situation to a head. All right. It could be the man or it could be the female. Yo, are you able to, you know what I'm saying, sit there and counsel that person, you know what I'm saying, through that situation?
So
It could be because yes, pastors and counselors and everybody like those are basically supplemental, I feel like, right? You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, you have to be able to fix that, you know what I'm saying, with your partner. So wherever your standpoint on that fact, you know what I'm saying, of what actually caused that vase to go ahead and fall off of the shelf to break, she has to be able to be willing to actually clean that up with you. You know what I mean? So, all right, man, we made a mistake or whatever. Yo, you willing to admit to the mistake? Because sometimes people don't really want to take accountability.
Go ahead, Marcus. What's your thing?
So I got a question for David. All right, so using your analogy of working out bench pressing, right?
Yeah.
So you got the weight, you bench pressing, you pushing up.
Yeah.
It's getting heavy.
Yeah.
Is it before you say I can't do no more?
Yeah.
Is it that you physically can't lift it, or are you mentally telling yourself you can't do it?
It depends on what the situation
Which
is.
one comes first?
It depends on the situation. Because like I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really speaking in general. You know what I mean? But like it could be a real live goddamn physical situation to where you can't press that. It could be a real live mental thing to where you can't press that. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on whatever situation is on that table for y'all to handle. You know what I mean?
So I'm sitting here thinking like you got your spotter, you pushing, you on, you know, they're telling you do 10 reps.
Yeah.
You're on your ninth one,
Yeah.
going up. They're like, come on, you can do it. You can do it. You've done it before. You can do it. But for some reason, you just cannot push that. You can't make that last rep.
Mm-hmm. Then you're gonna either dump the plates or you're gonna walk about the break room, bro. Like that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. So like that's marriage. Either you're gonna be able to do that or you ain't. And but what I'm saying is, how do you know what you can handle until you had to go ahead and face that?
Until you're in that situation.
Right, you know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
So
So that's where I'm at. Like that's what I can't necessarily call people quitters, you know what I'm saying, because they got a divorce. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be an impossible situation to where they couldn't actually handle that situation. Right. But you know, we all have been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, yo, other people, they probably would have walked away from that. But yo, you were strong enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that was subjective.
But again, Dave, I think when it comes down to a marriage, and especially when you're talking about like this weight stuff, I think both parties gotta want to be able to put that work in.
Correct.
Because if both parties don't want to put that work in, and I definitely, like, I'm a person of prayer and things of that nature, and I do believe prayer works, but at the end of the day, I still feel like both parties gotta be able to want to put that work in. If they don't, it's going, that weight going to go one-sided.
Exactly. It has to be a common goal.
Yeah.
It has to be a common goal.
So we're gonna switch it up just a tad bit, and let's see. We're gonna read some of the comments on YouTube. Forgive us, we're still working on the video. We're gonna get it right, but we are getting audio in. That's deep, David. I feel you. Also have a good job, Tease. Marcus' wife just came in.
Hey,
give her a shout out. There we go. What's going on, Ferg?
I gotta straighten up now.
Now Marcus got to straighten up. He can't.
Dirty. Now dirty is changed.
Right. Hold on. Let me start this off. So, did you know his nickname was Dirty?
Told you.
So when you met him as Dirty?
Told you.
So in what situation did he say dirty?
It was like his Dirty 85 was like his name for something.
Dirty 85.
That's my Instagram name.
Oh,
I never realized it said that.
I just saw your pictures and knew it was you. I never read it.
Right, I never read it. I never knew it said dirty.
Oh, and shout out, I will be married for 10 years next week.
I like that button right there. I like that button. All right, so we're going to transition just a tad bit because tonight we're just giving y'all a taste of the different things we're going to be talking about on this podcast. It's going to be a lot of marriage because we are married, you know, and we want to influence and help other people who are married. You know, so I'm gonna touch on this too. What how can I phrase this? When is it too much to let other people into your marriage? If y'all understand that question. When is it too much to let in, or is it, how can I rephrase this? Sorry, I've been doing it.
Is
That's
it
all
too
good.
much?
Take your time.
Yeah.
Is it too much?
Yeah. How much should you, thank you. Say that again, louder on the
How much should you share with other people?
How much should you share with other people
Within
about
your
your
marriage.
within your marriage?
Yeah, within your marriage.
Because think about it. Everybody has their friend group. Everybody has a pastor. Everybody has somebody that they confide in. You should be confided into your wife, or you should be confided into your husband. But sometimes you want a male opinion,
Yeah.
and you need that friend to tell you, man, you fucking up. David, you told me that a whole bunch of times. Gibby, you told me a whole bunch of times. Marcus, all y'all told me a whole bunch of times. Gene, you fucking up. All right. But let me go down the line. What do y'all think about it? I think we all in agreement on this.
So
Marcus?
I actually, my youngest sister, she's actually about to get married. And the first thing I told her when she got engaged, I said, don't talk to your single friends. Don't do it.
And I think that's the mistake people make.
That they're gonna fuck you up.
Yep.
Yes, we do cuss. They're gonna fuck your relationship up.
Yeah. But why? But that's who they talk to. They always go to the single friends.
Yes. And the single friends act like they know every fucking thing.
Misery loves company. Damn, Marcus, you mad?
I ain't mad. I'm find out what that fucking
Did this happen?
No, but seriously, like your marriage, everything should be kept between each other. Unless you mutually agree to go to like a counseling, or even if you both go to like separate therapists, you know, you just gotta know the boundaries in your marriage, honestly.
Mouse.
I agree. You know, you gotta know your boundaries, but as far as me and my household, we keep stuff in our household. You know, only a small percentage knows, you know, if 1%, if we feel comfortable from both ends, that's something that we talk about. But one of the main things as far as that we make a point in our house as far as is dealing with accountability. You know, taking that step back and realizing the part that you play in the situation, accountability. So that's how I look at it. You know, we do, you know, have a small percentage, you know, as far as our family, but, you know, me and my wife, we do go to counseling. We go to marriage counseling constantly. Even when nothing's going wrong, we go to marriage counseling, and that has made a great improvement in our marriage.
Can I jump on this real quick? What's funny? We 1, 2, 3. We got the same counselor.
All three of us got.
All three of us got the same marriage counselor, which is funny. That's a crazy.
That's why we still here.
And
Thanks, Troy.
Shout out to Troy, who just got married, and he had a baby too, right?
Yeah, Troy just had a baby too.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, Tease, what's up? What's your opinion on this?
Quite frankly, I feel that nobody should be in your business. Now, you may have that real close person, like whoever said it is, you know, make sure they in a long-term relationship or married. Single friends, I'm sorry. I love y'all, all my single friends. Y'all can't really understand what we're going through as married men or people in long-term relationships. But if you do have to talk to someone that's outside of, like, that's not married, I would say, you know, definitely keep it super high level. Really don't have to get into the details, because sometimes you do just need to vent sometimes. You know, granted, it should be your partner, but let's be real. Sometimes you need to rap to your boy or rap to your girlfriend, and just keep it high level. But at the end of the day, I'm a big proponent of the counseling. Like I said, we just got married, but we've been counseling for what, 2 years? Something like that. Okay, it's been about 2 years, and like Mel said, it's not just about during the times where it was the bad times,
Right?
Even the good times. You know what I mean? And one of the biggest things that I received out of counseling is just how to effectively communicate. Communication is speaking and listening.
So do you think that's the main problem with men? That I'm gonna say that was my big problem. I don't know how to communicate, believe it or not.
I think in 99.9% of relationship issues is communication.
And, you know, going back to the subject of who you talk to, when I got married, I was 25, and pretty much all of y'all were not married. and everybody up here, with the exception of Marcus and Teese and Terrence, was at my wedding. You know, I wasn't. Y'all weren't married. I was still single. I decided to get married. You know, and I had no one really to go to. You know, I had my parents, but they had a totally different outlook on marriage. It was a whole nother generation. You know what I'm saying? So some things that they said helped, but there were some things that he couldn't help with because he wasn't part of our generation and didn't know the type of temptations and stuff that we had to experience, you know? And that's another topic we want to have. Y'all subscribe to us, All Shit I'm 40, you know, social media and relationships. How does it affect relationships? That's the topic that's going to be coming up, you know, because we live in the age of social media. We live in the age of you see stuff on TV all the time, you know, that stuff gets in your head and everything, you know? Mm-hmm. But I would say when I got married and when all the rest of my friends ended up getting married and being around other married men, I had a group of people to talk to, and then I became like the elder statesman, you know, almost, you know? Gibby, you got something you want to say?
I mean, for me, just thinking about it, at the end of the day, I always say, especially to my wife, you know, when the smoke clear, because, you know, I think we talked about it a little bit earlier. You're gonna have conflicts in your marriage, period. When the smoke clear, it's just you and her standing there. So, you know, you can talk to other folks and kind of get it out. Me and my wife kind of both know who she's gonna kind of go talk to. Sometimes I reach out to certain people to kind of chat to. I think again, kind of going piggybacking what Gene was saying about talking to a male. I feel like men, we communicate a little bit differently, right? Especially when we're talking to our wife or we're talking to a man. So when I always say it like this, when we're talking to a man to man, we can kind of be more raw. But yeah. I feel like when we're talking to our wife, we got to kind of finesse it a little bit better for it to kind of come across. So, and in my opinion, you just got to remember who you married. And again, you know, try to stand together. And as my cousin Dave said over here, just continue to hold that weight together if y'all possibly can, because it's gonna be some weight.
I think David is gonna be known as Mr. Weights. Like he gave us a whole session on weightlifting.
That's great. I ain't even a bodybuilder.
Everything else over there.
Mouse look like he's buff around here. You know what I'm saying? Mouse give us that to talk.
Mouse look like he related to Marvin Gaye over here.
Oh, him and his man got the Marvin Gaye caps on, man. I know Marvin Gaye. But you know, we're not only going to be talking about marriage, you know, but we're also going to be talking about health. Because at 40 years old, we got to take care of ourselves. Because guess what? Gibby got a young daughter. I got an 8-month-old daughter. You know, Teese got a young son. You know, Mouse got young kids. You know, Marcus got young. We all got young kids, and we want to be there when they get older. And that's the thing, you know, being 40 and having to be a parent, a seasoned parent. That's the episode that's coming up. Me and my wife. But being seasoned parents, you know what I'm saying?
Your voice changed a little bit on that, Jim.
It did a little bit. You know, and these are some other things we're going to talk about, you know. So Mouse, TC, they're all about fitness and everything. And another thing, too, is not only being physically fit, but financially fit. You know, we got brothers up here who own businesses, who do stocks, who do everything. You know, TC, go ahead and do your shameless plug.
I mean, I said it earlier, but Teese Keys to Success on IG is one of my IG pages, and which we just talking about, you know, just spreading financial literacy from stocks to budgeting, and it's a number of different things. And I know, Gene, we're going to actually do like a show behind that. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you guys on IG, Teese Keys to Success, spreading a lot of great information. I appreciate it, Gene.
Definitely, no problem. So, you know, definitely, I'm just happy, man. I'm really happy that tonight is like a dream come true. It's something that, you know, I've thought about, I've dreamed about, to have these brothers up here, to have these conversations, because I've not been able to have these conversations. We've had these conversations in private, but now to help other people and to bring them in on our conversations about the different things that we talk about, it's a beautiful thing, you know. So I just want to say thank you to all of you guys, you know, for being up here with me, you know, and for coming on this journey.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful thing, you know, and we got to thank our wives for allowing us time to record. Yeah, there we go. Allowing us time to record. You know,
You say you want more?
oh, they want one more.
One more.
Yeah, real. You know, allowing us time. All right.
We live. We live.
We live. We live. We got all that. You know, all that action. Yep. It's all right. Hey, we got good
She
beer.
got synced on that.
We got good beer flowing. Good beer flowing. You know, but I just want to thank everybody. And right now, as far as our schedule goes, look for a release of a show just about every week. We're gonna be loading up. We got some episodes coming for y'all. We got some good topics coming, and we just want y'all to come on this journey with us. We're gonna try to film as much as we can, but not too much. We want y'all to actually listen in and not look at us because I'm sweating like a pig right now. Like, and I got this sweatshirt on. But,
all good.
You want to ask the audience any questions?
yeah, I forgot.
Oh, they have any questions for us?
Hey.
Yeah, so right now we're just gonna open it up. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Our cameraman giving us direction. You can talk, Brian. What's up?
They should go around.
Go around the camera.
Oh yeah, go behind the camera. So we're gonna ask for one volunteer. Val already went up. So since the last person that came in is
She
Tiffany.
has another question.
Oh, you have another question? Come on, Val.
I'll take Val as my question.
Val, you gotta get up. Come around.
You gotta go around the camera.
Around the camera. Around the camera.
In the beginning, you guys talk about, I know you guys will talk about commitment and why people are not getting married. Why did you fellas choose to get married?
Ooh. Go ahead, Tease.
Is
Let's go down the
anybody
line.
really want to hear that from now? All right, Gene, you answer that.
All right, so that's a good question for me. So
Keep it 2 minutes.
obviously I'm the new guy. What we got? 3 days, 4 or 5 days married?
They fresh. Freshly married. They still want honeymoon. They freshly married.
So when I got to the point where I'm like, you know what, I want to propose. Honestly, I think we were about 3.5 years in, or what have you, when I made that decision in my head. And quite frankly, I didn't feel comfortable introducing Jackie Henson now as my girlfriend. It just felt weird. It was like she felt, that connection, that relationship felt way deeper than a girlfriend. And I was like, you know what? It's time, bro. Stop bullshitting. It's time. So when I felt that feeling, and of course I prayed on it, thought about it, talked to some of my boys and talked to some of my married friends as well. I was like, it's time, man. That's what I knew was time.
So I do got a question for you, TC. For your age, what do you call your significant other that you're dating at that time? You don't want to call her your girlfriend. What do you call it? I mean,
we call it what we say, wifey and my girlfriend,
That's my girl.
my boo.
okay.
That's what you say. My partner. Oh, I didn't say that shit. That's what my old lady.
Yeah, my old lady. That's our old lady. Right.
Okay.
All right, Mouse, your turn.
What Pusha T say? When you know, you know.
You know.
Go and push a T. 757.
True.
When you look at let's keep 100. When you have a run and you know that person,
You about to tear up.
when you know that person is for you, you wake up every morning, you look for them to see them there. When you come home, you expect them to be there. So, when it got to that point, you just want to spend majority of your time with that person. That's when I knew.
Thanks. There you go. All right, look like y'all might have some activity tonight.
They're gonna be lifting weights together.
Yeah, they're gonna be lifting weights. They're gonna be lifting weights together. With me, I was driving down here to Najaboy, Maryland, back in 2006, because I had to wait 2 years before I got married, and it just hit me, just like T said. Literally, with guys, it just hit you. And I've been with my wife since 2003 at that time, and for some reason, I was just like, all right, it's time to do it. That's the one. You ain't going nowhere else. And this is what's crazy about how we don't have nobody to tell us. Nobody told me that she's supposed to buy my ring. I bought all three at the same time. It was a great deal.
So you bought your own ring?
I bought my own ring. Nobody told me. Nobody told me.
What?
Dog.
Is that on the mic?
Bruh. To this day, I went to Reed's Jewelers in Columbia Mall. I remember that jump. And I had a three, got all three, got the band, all that. She not wearing it now. That's not original. She wearing her push gift now. That's a whole other story. But I bought all three and I gave it to my dad and I was like, put this in the safe deposit box. And my dad was looking at me like, that's before he was a pastor. But he was like, Reverend Lottie Love. Reverend Lottie Love. Hey, shout out Pops, man. Shout out Pops. It's good. But yeah, it just hit me. You know, it was just like, man, I could see spending my whole life with this woman. You know, and I practically spent my whole life with this woman. I practically grew up with her. We grew up together. We've been together since we was 20 years old. And here we are, we're both 40. So definitely.
Hold on, let's hit the pause button on that one. Hit the pause button on that one. I love that.
Marcus.
All right, so for me, you know, every relationship that you get in and then you get out is a lesson learned. You learn about, you learn about yourself, you learn about what you want and what you don't want in a partner. So when I met my wife, we met in January 2011, and throughout, our dating, she embodied everything that I wanted in a wife. She checked boxes, everything that I wanted, and she checked boxes that I didn't know I had. So,
Hey, somebody else gonna be lifting weights tonight.
Somebody else, she up here dancing. I wish y'all could see her. She dancing.
So,
I wish we had the little Jamaican.
I proposed to my wife after 9 months.
Oh,
Wow.
9 months, yes, I knew.
oh, she put it on you, huh?
I stared at it and make sure I had my month number right. But, yeah. But 9 months, I knew before even 9 months, probably been before that. But yeah, we've been married almost 10 years next week. Wouldn't change a thing.
Congrats. Yeah. There we go. I'm gonna find that. I gotta find that. Hey, Dave at the blank face.
I ain't know it was my turn. I thought we was going off cues. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Dave, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it was the, you know what I'm saying?
Dave got the blank face.
It might have been the pipe
Wait, what?
stone PDL.
But there's another shout out to Patuxent because he definitely enjoyed it.
Hey, I just missed the social cue. That's all it was. I actually, my story was kind of unique, man. It was actually pretty dope, though.
Unique and dope.
I would say it's pretty dope because, honestly, like I actually came out of a relationship, man, and a bad one at that. That was a bad one, man. Yeah. But before that, like I was a single father, bro. Like I was a single father. My wife right now, you know what I'm saying? She was a single mother, man. And we had a lot that we related on. You know what I'm saying? And there were things, it's just, I felt like that was just destiny, that we actually met each other, and through the people that we actually met each other through. It was actually interesting because I met her through one of my teammates from college, man. His wife. And they actually met in college at Delaware State. Shout out to Delaware State
All
University.
right, when did you know this? Like, when
No. I just want, come on, man. You can't be doing
Shout out
that.
to Bowie State.
If
But
I
when did you
want,
know?
hey, see, you had to do that. That's how I know. He had to do that. But no, all jokes aside, like, you know, we actually met through mutual friends. You know what I'm saying? And we were kind of like in similar situations and looking for the same thing. I guess I was just open. I would say that. I was open. You know,
So you think your heart was open?
I was. Yeah, after you had your goddamn heart broken, you open. You know what I'm saying?
So you was ready for love.
Yeah. It wasn't even just that though. Like I was just open. I really wasn't. Hold on. Yeah, turn that thing on.
You good? You talking?
Are we on?
Yeah.
Nah, man. Honestly, man, I wasn't looking for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that really found me. That situation found me, and she was a cool person, man. You know, no, I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm also,
That's what's up, Dave.
but no, you know, that situation found me. You know, and I liked it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted that, you know, to be a sustainable thing.
And it is. You have a beautiful wife, beautiful family,
Yeah.
and y'all doing the dance thing, man.
Hands down.
Yeah, hands down.
That's love.
That's love.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Gibby.
Yeah, go and give it up.
I'm gonna try to make mine short and sweet. For myself, it was more of meeting my wife. We kind of went straight ahead, went to the point where probably our second date, I was asking her, how do you feel about your last name being Gibson?
Yeah.
And I think my turnaround for myself was just seeing one of my buddies in the audience who
Steve
introduced
said
me.
I was there.
Matter of fact, two of my buddies in the audience, yeah, Ferg and Steve was there when I met my wife. But at the end of the day was more of the difference between her and other young ladies that I had dated in the past was I could see myself moving mountains with my wife. And the sad part about that is we put that in play within our marriage. It's been it'll be 14 years in September. And I think I beat Marcus I proposed to my wife within 6 months. Because again, like I said, I had never met anybody like her before that I felt like did that to me. So I appreciate you, Erica. I love you, sweetheart. And I mean, yeah, you my best friend, baby girl.
It's so beautiful that you made feedback, Gibby. All right. Hey, y'all, look, man, I'm telling you, this has been a real fun night, And again, please subscribe to All Shit I'm 40. It's on IG, YouTube. It's gonna be on Spotify, Apple. This episode will actually be released next week, and you can get on all your streaming platforms. Okay. And sorry about the video. We're gonna get it straight. This is our first time. You know, first time for everything. Everybody remember their first time. It wasn't the best time.
Oh my God.
Everybody, if somebody had the first time, that's another
me.
topic. We're gonna talk about the first time.
Hey, listen.
Wait, does that count one against?
Hey, one thing for the night, right?
Go ahead, Tease.
We played it kind of safe tonight.
Yeah, we played it safe.
But we got some topics in that pockets. Listen, wise, we love y'all. What? We ain't trying to ruffle no feathers. We just
We played it real safe.
take the whole demographic. So we're gonna get into some topics, y'all. So just
Got some disclaimers
stay
down
tuned.
there.
Stay tuned. And just like T said, we played it safe. All right. We played it safe. We're gonna get to some.
We have episodes where the Wilds are not in the audience.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, y'all gonna listen to it, but you know. I mean, it ain't that bad, but it's some serious topics, you know. You know, we're gonna talk about the big P word, PORN.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about
I was
Yeah.
thinking about it.
and single listeners as well.
Yeah, single. We got some singles that we're gonna have down
some
there.
conversations with y'all. It's not just gonna be all married stuff or whatever. We're gonna
Yep.
bring some single friends in here.
So we feel like that group in the back we left out.
So
y'all was
we see
talking.
you back there, big.
Yeah, we see
We
you.
see you back there playing the cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's up, Sojo? Sojo.
What up, so?
All right, man. Hey, but look, man. Look, this has been. It's just been a beautiful thing, you know. And I mean, we just totally excited, and we just glad that y'all came along with us on the ride, man. So look, thank you for coming out again. Enjoy the beer. We're not closing. All right. So keep listening to All Shit I'm 40. This is G Lot, and we are signing off. All right. Thank you.
G.
Somebody brag about to get busted again.
Yeah. They about to lose. Oh, that was good. That was good.
Good job, man. Can't wait to see it.
Hey, coming with the fire on the next one. Yeah, that no, the 31st. I think when we recorded one on the 31st, that's the we're going off. Yeah. I'm off that one. We'll figure out the video.
I'm curious as to why you showed up in pre-season and not like the live.
It was just weird.